I was saying, Enactus NUS is proud to be the first institution to be presenting today's presentation. The agenda for today is rather simple. Firstly, my name is Jie Yang. I'll bring you through the introduction to Enactus NUS, as well as zoom into Project AWA, Asian Women's Welfare Association. I'll start off with the needs analysis, then I'll hand the time over to Rosalind to talk about the industry analysis. Then after that, Karina will talk about the areas of focus for our project. And lastly, Serene will conclude with the impacts and the way forward. Enactus NUS may not be a familiar name to most of us in this room, because it was only re-established recently. Within a short span of 1.5 years, Enactus NUS took on 3 projects and maintained lean project teams to a total number of 12 members currently. The goals of Enactus NUS remains aligned within the 12 members to establish and contribute to a sustainable and nurturing landscape for social enterprise to flourish and be empowered. The 3 projects that Enactus NUS currently holds are, firstly, one with AWA, second one would be with Ang Mo Kio Family Service Centre's Bakery Huts, last but not least, with a partnership with FairPrice, Food from the Heart, and Enactus NUS. The focus of today's presentation will be strictly on the AWA's Handicraft project. So this is AWA's Senior Activity Centre at Ang Mo Kio. So this is what the seniors will do on a leisure basis. Seniors will be sieving out bean sprouts from the bean sprouts husk, as well as manually collecting the bean sprouts out of this husk. So what they want to collect is the husk, and they will sun the husk for 5 days at the hot sun. Another team of seniors will be in charge of sewing and embroidery services. So the outcome of this project, they actually produce 15 different kinds of products, and these are some of the examples. They actually have bean sprout husk pillows, tissue box holders, as well as patchwork blankets. So if at this point of time you feel that a seniors handicraft project doesn't sound as potential as it will be, please hold till the end. Let's take a look at the existing model of this project. 20 seniors are actually currently sewing for leisure, and the materials are actually given to them by donation. Financing is provided by AWA from funding, and the 15 different products are sold through 2 sales channels, one by walk-in sales, the other one by bazaar sales. And the profits of this are used to fund programs at the Senior Activity Centre, recreational activities. So there's currently 0 remuneration for the seniors. Enactus NUS feels that there are potentials to improve this current project. So these are the areas. Firstly, the funding model is unsustainable because it is heavily dependent on donations and funding. Secondly, supply is a constraint because these seniors are doing this project as a form of leisure activity, so it's not really a potential business yet. Next, there are no product specializations, meaning there are no niche product to differentiate these handicraft projects differently from its competitors. Current sales channels are limited and ineffective because they are not reaching out to all the potential customers out there. Last but not least, there's a lack of refinancing model, meaning profits are not re-injected into the business to help it grow. So now that we have looked at the needs analysis of this project, I'll pass the time to Rosalind to talk about the industry analysis. Rosalind, please.
Thank you, Jie. Alright, so in order to craft a whole new model for this AWA Handicraft project, we first look at industry analysis. So we use SWOT analysis that looks at the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So for strengths, we see that there's skilled labor. For the seniors do have skilled labor. And then next, there's strong network partnerships and relationships with corporations such as Seng Siong that provides the husk. And finally, there's also strong support from the AWA organization. On the flip side, we have the weakness. So for weaknesses, there's supply bottlenecks due to very few specialized sewers in the production line. And next, opportunities. We see opportunity in satisfying the corporate social responsibility for corporations, and also there's a large market for novelty gifts. And finally, we see threats. Threats are due to the changing tastes and preferences, especially when we look at the younger generations who don't prefer traditional crafts, and also the imports of the foreign traditional or foreign novelty gifts as well. So next, we looked at the portal's 5 forces model for industry analysis. So firstly, there's threats of new entry because there's very low barriers to entry due to the fact that there's no technology protection involved. There's very simple training is required, and therefore it's really inexpensive to start such a business actually. Next, we see a very moderate supply power because there's moderate number of suppliers in the market, and it's relatively high. There's relatively high ability to substitute. There's high buyers power because buyers have very low cost of switching and high ability to substitute as well. Next, the threat of substitution is also very high because, firstly, you see, because firstly there's ease of the cross-product substitution as well as a large variety of products in this market as well. And finally, there's a competitive rivalry which is moderately high level. Again, because there's also low switching costs, but we establish that for A1 project, we are able to establish ourselves with high differentiation because of the raw materials used. We use bean sprout husk that provides a certain level of added usage benefits. Okay, so now we craft a new model on top of the previous existing model as explained by Jie. So in the new model, for materials, we want to look at quality fabric for the sewing of the handicraft products. Also, we want to see the proceeds going to refinance the business in a profit plowback model instead of the previous model. And also, at the A1 Senior Activity Center, we see 20 seniors involved, and now there's skills upgrading and training, as well as regular recruitment of the seniors as well. So for product, we look at 3 specialized products will be explained later. Sales, we look at physical, corporate, and online sales. And lastly, for proceeds, we want to remunerate these seniors who have put in hard work for their efforts instead of previous model with zero remuneration for these seniors. And therefore, it flows back to the funds will generally flow back to the Senior Activity Center as well. Okay, so we aim to transform the A1 Handicraft project into a sustainable social enterprise. And therefore, we want to move the project from under the A1's umbrella branding and conceptualize the new brand, Brainy Sprout. Now shall pass the time to Karina. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosalind. Alright, after conducting an industrial analysis, the team then identified 5 key areas of focus, and they are the skills upgrading and training, product specialization, branding, pricing strategy, and finally, the diversification of sales channels. Skills upgrading and training is necessary in order to improve quality of products, to increase productivity of existing pool of labor, and to empower the elderly with needlework and basic designing skills. As such, in the month of May, Tay BA, a multidisciplinary artist and volunteer at the Seniors Activity Center, was invited to conduct a fabric design workshop for the elderly beneficiaries. Through the workshop, the beneficiaries acquire basic design techniques and receive professional guidance from her. Next, upon analyzing the sales of existing products, the team observed that some products are experiencing slow sales and proposed to eliminate these products from the product catalog and specialize on products that generate significant revenue. The team conducted a Pareto analysis to identify top-selling products, and they are the Beansprout House pillows, the patchwork blankets, and the Beansprout House wrist rest. Products such as the pillows and the blankets may be bundled together as a baby shower gift to cater to the needs of young parents and families. In addition, the wrist rest may also be marketed as a corporate gift that is novel yet practical. As with any business, branding is crucial to differentiate itself from its competitors. We have designed this brand logo with a tagline and an accompanying description. The image of a kind and loving granny not only represents the elderly beneficiaries at the Seniors Activity Centre, but also convey a sense of warmth and familiarity, as one remembers the love and concern showered by a grandma. A pricing strategy, though imperative to a business, was absent in the current business model. The Handicrafts project determined prices with little research and analysis, and it was done on an ill-informed basis. There is thus a need to devise a pricing strategy that was suitable for Granny Sprout. The team researched, and these were our findings. Out of these 8 pricing models over here, 2 were shortlisted, and they were the competitor-based and value pricing. The team proposed a mix of competitor-based and value pricing to suitably price the products, as the model incorporates the value placed by consumers on the product coupled with competition forces. Conventionally, AWA's only sales channel was through walk-ins and bazaars. In order to cater to the needs of different consumer segments, we proposed the addition of corporate and online sales to reach a larger consumer base. Corporate sales may be generated through mass corporate orders over here, corporate partnerships, and online sales may be generated by social media platforms as well as e-commerce websites. And here we can see a few screenshots of the Facebook page and the e-commerce website that we have created for Granny Sprout. And consumers, online consumers, may view the product catalogue and place orders to purchase Granny Sprout's products. In essence, we consolidated the proposed actions by applying a business model canvas framework, which cover the crucial components of a business, such as providing a unique value proposition and the key activities that are involved and all these other factors over here. The BMC was completed to provide the big picture of the business structure for every sales channel, the physical, the corporate, as well as the online. And with that, I would like to pass over the time to Serene, who will speak more about the financial model as well as the impacts. Serene, please.
Thank you, Karina. Now let us look at the financial models for Granny Sprouts. Firstly, for forecasted revenue, due to our marketing and also our recruitment efforts, we actually project the revenue to reach $60,000 within 3 fiscal years in 2016. And the bulk of the revenue will actually come from the sales of bean sprout husk pillows due to the higher profit margin and also larger market appeal. For cost breakdown, we can see that our fixed cost includes rental and also machinery costs. Our variable cost will include the cost of raw materials like our fabrics. Okay? And we can deduce that both the rental and COGS will form a huge proportion of our total cost, but higher production in the long run will actually offset these fixed costs. For net profit, we can see that by the next 3 fiscal years, we project it to reach a total of near to $50,000, and due to the low startup and also capital operating costs, the profit margins for Granny Sprouts is relatively higher. Okay, so for a social enterprise, we must not just measure our business success based on financial projections. We should also look at how our actions can translate into tangible impact and also long-lasting outcomes. Okay, so by implementing the activities in our key focus areas mentioned previously, we have now 20 elderly beneficiaries in the Granny Sprouts program, and they have sold a total of 2,000 products. And by 2016, we shall generate a projected supplementary income of more than $200 per month for every one of our beneficiaries. The kind of outcomes that we will reap include enhancing the level of skills of our beneficiaries. We allow them to become independent financially, and we also instill in them a sense of satisfaction. As Granny Sprouts continue to grow and mature, we will eventually reap long-lasting impacts. We shall engage and empower our beneficiaries in active learning, and more importantly, we strengthen their participation and also their presence in our local community. So now, what is the way forward for Granny Sprouts? There are 2 areas we want to focus on. The first one is to optimize operations to establish an efficient supply chain that we can replicate easily, that we can scale up easily. And to build up on HR capital, we will look at recruiting and retaining our beneficiaries and look at how we can train and empower them. And then we also want to look at how we can distribute our profits fairly and effectively. To improve our operational efficiency, we have to manage inventory, and we also have to manage and establish our strong relationships with both our suppliers and also our end consumers. And it's important and crucial for us to achieve the following while not compromising the well-being of our beneficiaries in exchange for higher profits. Another long-term objective of Granny Sprouts is to expand our outreach to engage other and diverse communities in need. So currently our outreach is restricted to AWA elderly services. We want in the long run to expand to other AWA subsidiary arms, for example their family services and also the AWA school. And moving beyond this, we strive to expand our program out of AWA eventually by collaborating with external community services. So this photo shows our Granny Sprouts beneficiary all smiling very brightly. They are relishing the opportunity to live their sunset years independently and with dignity. But the real vision and the value of Granny Sprouts lies in replicating this site all across Singapore, across to reach diverse communities. So as a budding social enterprise, the value of Granny Sprouts lies in essence of generating a journey of empowering lives through executing actions. And today, Enactus NUS is very proud to share a story with you. Thank you.